To multiply two fractions, multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators. In other words, in symbols, if A, B, C, and D represent numbers and B and D are not 0, we have A over B times C over D equals A times C over B times D. Again, basically to multiply fractions, we multiply the numerators and then we multiply the denominators. So here, the operation is multiplication, so it's 2 times 5 in the numerator over 3 times 9 in the denominator. And then I can think about the fact that 9 is 3 times 3. There will be no common factors in the numerator and the denominator, so I'll just go ahead and multiply. 2 times 5 is 10 over 3 times 9, which is 27. In other words, I was trying to decide whether I needed to write out the prime factorization, trying to simplify before I actually multiplied, but there's no simplifying to be done here. So there is my product. Let's try that again. We are multiplying fractions. Let's suppose we have a negative fraction, negative 2 positive and negative numbers. A negative number times a positive number, whether it's a whole number or a fraction, is a negative number. So this negative times this positive gives a negative answer, and then it's just 2 times 5 over 7 times 8. Now I know 2 and 8 will have a common factor of 2, so I do need to take a moment and write down the prime factorization. 2 and 5 are both prime numbers. 7 is a prime number, and then 8, we know by now, is 2 times 2 times 2. In other words, I'm simplifying before I actually go through and multiply everything. Common factor of 2, and that's all. So I have a negative 1 times 5, or 5. In the denominator, 7 times 1 times 2 times 2, that is 28. Here is my product in simplest form. Let's do that one more time. Let's multiply. Let's suppose we take x squared over y times y cubed over x. Let's look at some variables and let's multiply. I'm multiplying, so it's numerator times numerator over denominator times denominator. And there we have it. Let's see if we can simplify. X squared is x times x. Y cubed is y times y times y. And then I have a y and an x in the denominator. Notice the common factors. Common factor of y, common factor of x. So what do I have left? X y squared over 1, which can be written simply as x y squared. There is my product.